You know, sometimes in life, you happen to be at the right place at the right time. Well, friends, that's exactly what happened to me. My name is Chris Kennedy, and I had the privilege of being face to face with a member of the finance committee that sits on the board in Washington. This committee is in charge of making all the major financial decisions that come down from Washington. Ben Bernanke's there, folks like that. Well, during this conversation, this individual shared with me and discussed about an amendment that was passed specifically designed to help save you, the merchant, money. However, I have discovered there's some bad news involved in the amendment, and I'm going to share those with you today. But if you hang with me, I promise to share with you a solution which, if you take advantage of it and act on it, it can be good news for you. So let's start with number one. The amendment only affects processors' cost, not your rate. The amendment only affects processors' cost, not your rate. In other words, this amendment only affects my cost as a processor. What's a processor? Well, there's two types. One is a non-bank processor. My company is a non-bank processor, meaning you can use any bank you want. You're not bound to use your bank, our bank, or anybody's bank. You can use whatever bank or bank account that you choose. Number two, a bank-specific processor. There are very few banks that offer this. Some of them will refer you out and call it their service, but more than likely, if your bank actually provides the processing, your statement clearly says your bank's name on it. So whether you're with your bank or with a third-party, separate non-bank processor like me, this amendment does not affect your cost, it affects our price. Number two, the processors are not required to pass along a lower rate to you. So isn't that wild? The processors aren't allowed to pass along this savings to you. Not at all. Matter of fact, the amendment is regulated at the bank level. So all this does is affect our cost, not your rate. And here's the really bad news. Number three, processors are keeping your savings in the form of profit. Now, this is totally legal, and I spoke with this individual from the finance committee. We had a long, drawn-out conversation about why it was done this way, et cetera, et cetera. And they described that, hey, it'd create more competition in the market, and it's just the way the amendment is. And if any of you guys are huge fans of our government and are huge fans of their decision-making, this will make perfect sense, because it's right in line with a lot of other things that they're doing. So you've got three things. One, the amendment only affects your processor's cost, not your rate. Number two, processors are not required to pass along this lower rate to you. And number three, which is the really bad news, processors are keeping your savings in the form of profit. Now, are you ready for some good news? I hope that you were. The good news is this: companies like mine are willing to share with you that new lower rate that's actually mandated and regulated by the Fed. At this point, we're not required by law to pass this along to you. Now, let me ask you a question. In your business, if your cost goes down, are you going to immediately lower your cost for your customers? No, you're going to keep it as profit, and it's a happy day for you. We are doing a special promotion right now where we're sharing that lower rate with our clients. Check below and you see all of our contact information. We'd be glad to chat with you, see if we could do anything to help you provide lower rates. Our customers appreciate us because they get high-touch service. They get someone that takes care of them after the sale. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching. We appreciate your time. Have a great day.